Okay, I'm going to explain to you what it takes, or the tools needed to do hand conditioning workouts for traditional karate. We for training, you want to develop calluses on the hands. Now, power comes from the hip. Every time you punch, whether you're in boxing or it's karate, you always want to rotate the hips and generate power, from the ground up, through your leg and through your arm. Anyhow, I'm going to show and explain some of the things that I use. This is part of my training, and these are things that I use for hand conditioning. Okay, now what I have here, some of this stuff is done for advanced people, advanced students. Here's a hammer. Here's a makiwara, which basically means punching board, or board with some little bit of spring to it. And this was basically made from strong fiber type rope material. I don't use none of that nylon material type rope. This is very strong. It does cut the skin, so this is very good for building up strong fist and calluses on the knuckles. Now you want to go ahead and pad it up a little bit. I used a old karate belt that I had and just kind of wrapped it around, and then I wrapped the rope around it, as you can see, and behind it on both ends I went ahead and tied it with a aluminum wire. You can use aluminum or metal. Use some pliers to twist, and this will keep the board, the rope around the board intact. Okay, and this is a piece of metal that I found, and it's hollow, as you can see, and I got a screw in here that's loose, and I'll show you later what I use, how I use this. Okay, here I have a bucket that's filled with gravel. This kind of gravel you can buy at Walmart or any pet supply store. It's used, for like fish tanks and stuff. This is very excellent type of gravel, very small, perfect. Now, every time you condition your hands, you want to take care of your hands and your skin and so on and so forth. Now, so I, use is it's basically this little glass container here that I use. It's got some Santa Claus, but it's perfect. It's made out of glass. It's basically water, and it's salt saturated in water. Basically, this is brine. If you look it up in the dictionary, that's what the brine is. It's majority of it in the bottom. This is salt that I use. It's you go to your local supermarket and purchase sea salt. None of that table salt stuff. Pure salt. You want to soak your hands in this. You can. What I like to do, I like to put it in the microwave and warm it up for about 1:45. This will warm it up, and you can soak your hands in that for at least about 5-10 minutes. It makes the skin, pretty tough. You want to do this for a couple of months. So this will toughen your skin up. Vinegar also, you can kind of rub some vinegar onto your hands. Vinegar is good. It does help to heal cuts and makes the skin also, like I said, tough. This is a traditional Chinese medicine. I bought this on a website. Here's you can see the name of it, Scar Family. You might want to look it up in a dictionary, on Google. This is good for bruising as well as iron palm training. And here I have a bag that I also purchased online from the company immortalmartialarts.com. It's a canvas bag, and this one's filled with river rocks. As you can see, beautiful polished rocks. I bought these rocks here at the local Home Depot. It came in a small bag, and I purchased it, there at Home Depot. And this is for advanced training. For beginners, you want to start off by doing knuckle push-ups, either on on bricks, something hard, solid, and rough. Okay, never try it on carpet. You always want to, do it on something solid and smooth. Knuckle push-ups. You always want to condition the first two knuckles of the fist. Okay, and you want to condition both hands, not just one. Okay. Here I have a bag, also mounted onto the wall. As you can see, this is good for striking. For different types of strikes, finger strikes. Open hand strikes. This conditions the hand. I have you can either put sand or soybean, rice, gravel, or river rocks. Okay, and I'm going to show you real quick on some of the things that I use and how to use them. Once again, here's my fist. Okay, this is for the years of training. Hold on. Now this hammer here, you always want to be very careful. For beginners, I don't suggest. This is something, like I said, you do after your first year or so of training. And you always want to start off by lightly tapping your knuckles, each one individually. And if possible, you can do two at a time. And you always want to, be very careful not to overdo it, because you can damage the tendons of the knuckles. Okay. You don't want to lose or damage your nerves in the hands and lose sensitivity, or break your knuckles and have long-term effect. Okay. This is conditioning the knuckles with the hammer, lightly hitting it. You do this at least for a few minutes a day. Okay. You can also condition the back side of your hand. The palm. Also condition the forearm. Now, once again, you use your formula. Finish up. And go ahead and coat your hands with this herbal formula here. Works great on the hands. It helps to condition the whole exterior of the hands, the skin, as well as the inside of the hand, like the bones. It helps toughen up the bones and so on and so forth. You can also use some vinegar to apply. You just pick whatever you want to do. Now here's a bag of river rocks. You can strike it with the palm. You strike it with the side, the backhand. Once again, this type right here of material that I'm using is for advanced students only. Okay, not for the beginners. This is for advanced students. You want to start off by using sand for beginners. And here's my punching board. Okay, this is very old school training right here.
It's going to turn to 9.
Here I am punching using the first two knuckles of the fist. And here's also this block here. Or hitting this. And your last part is also the block filled with gravel. You can strike it a few times using both hands. As you can see, my hands are perfectly well tough and conditioned after many years calluses. And this concludes my video.